Russian President Vladimir Putin has defended Russia's special military operation in Ukraine as necessary to protect the motherland. He made a speech on Monday as Russia held a military parade for Victory Day at Red Square in Moscow, marking the Soviet Union's victory over Nazi Germany. However, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said there would be two victory days in Ukraine soon. Heavy fighting has continued in the eastern Donbas region, as well as the Black Sea port city of Odessa, where European Council President Charles Michel made a surprise visit on Monday. Meanwhile, Zelenskyy has submitted a second part of the questionnaire for Ukraine's EU membership bid. French President Emmanuel Macron, however, said it was unrealistic for Ukraine to join the bloc soon. He proposed to create a new political organization for that purpose. Meanwhile, the United States has revived a World War II-era measure to help speed up arms supplies to Ukraine. President Joe Biden signed a bill on Monday to update the Lend-lease Act, originally designed to help U.S. allies in the Second World War. Nathan King has the story.
Biden invoking the language, if not the actual practice, of the Second World War in Europe, using a Lend-lease Act, if you like, to supply Ukraine with even more weaponry it's already got. Now, remember, just in the last 24 hours, the White House announced another raft of sanctions targeting everything from oil and gas executives at Gazprom and banking institutions to the banning of TV equipment. But really, this is a double-edged push, not just in terms of putting more weapons out the door more quickly, but also calling for Congress to okay his $33 billion package for Ukraine. Remember, about $20.5 billion that is for arms sales. Let's take a listen to the US president.
The cost of the fight is not cheap, but caving to aggression is even more costly. That's why we're staying in this.
Now, of course, this follows hot on the heels of his visit last week to the Lockheed Martin factory in Alabama, where they make those Javelin missiles, which are known as the tank busters. Over 5,500 have already gone to Ukraine. It's this sort of weaponry that they want to send. The problem is, this is not like World War II, where you have a lot of spare manufacturing capacity in the United States. Remember, they were just coming out of the Depression. Here, it's a just-in-time post-COVID economy where supply chains are rattled. Some of these pieces of equipment have hundreds of microprocessors in them, and as we know, it's a global supply chain. So this is going to be easier said than done, and we understand that there are meetings weekly, if not almost daily, with the heads of arms companies who've done very well out of this, of course, to try and speed up production. Now, they can invoke the Defense Production Act. They have done so in the past, and there is room to do that, but we're not going to get to the stage like we did in the World War II in Europe, where you get plants, Ford plants in Michigan, producing guns, tanks, and aeroplanes. This is very much what they need now in terms of the light equipment they can send. But also, there's a lesson here, isn't there? Remember, Lend-lease in Europe back in World War II led to America's involvement in a world war. There is already a lot of shouting about the US essentially being having a proxy fight with Russia, with the Ukrainians in the middle. This will do nothing to dampen that speculation. Nathan King, CGTN, at the White House.
Also, Washington has denied the allegations that US intelligence helped Ukrainian military kill Russian generals and sink a Russian flagship. The White House told reporters that President Joe Biden is displeased with the recent leaks.
What I will tell you, without confirming private internal calls, that the president was displeased with the leaks. His view was that it was an overstatement of our role, an inaccurate statement, and also an understatement of the Ukrainians' role and their leadership, and he did not felt they were constructive.
President Joe Biden's attitude comes days after leaks to news outlets, which suggested U.S. intelligence had a bigger role in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. A CNN report on Friday cited sources as saying the Biden administration had increased the amount of intelligence it shares with Kyiv. It says the level of intelligence collaboration contributed to the killings of senior Russian leaders, generals really, and the sinking of the Russian Navy's Black Sea flagship Moskva.